Watch for C2, who's up on top of that ladder, but Bondic, he's picking up 2 more frags. That's 9 already for the half, 3 rounds in. And Simple, from the high ground, there's only 1 remaining, and he's going to take it simply. Nope, Zeus and Edward, they're able to actually get themselves in, but Markelov just patient. Looks like they find the right height. Zeus will get dropped in the connector. But the B side already belongs to NaVi. Season's on top of it. Guardian controls Catwalk. Edward's running up through apartments, and Flamey's keeping the rest of the CTs a little bit distracted. He probably won't want to get this kill straight away because they're not going to get the plant down before the time is up.
Stairs right now, and 2 players up close, 1 in Blade, 1 in Bondic. Again, they're going to play this in. Oh, it works perfectly because they looked for Bondic underneath the stairwell. And he easily got taken down by Blade, and look at the entries, they're all falling apart. Finally got to stay alive long enough to take that fight. They had a chance, but pistol rounds underway. NaVi sees them in their tracks. 3 kills easily for him.
That peak, and now he's going to get it. Still a one-on-one trade. Markelov from down inside Tetris gets the kill, and there's only 1 player left alive. It's not going to work.
Position as Edward goes out and goes right past him.
Looking.
Yeah, here it is. We'll let it easy kill.
And he's going to then get the second one across. Guardian will be dropping him down. As the bomb planner, he has managed to make his way over to A, but with Blade defending from inside the pit, distraction. That's all it is. He's not pulling players off. Now they come in. Edward taking out 2. I didn't even feel like he was aiming in that one, but he still finds the 2 frags. A bit more respectful to trying to take the B side up against these 2 players. And okay, not that respectful. Their new player.
Bomb is still going to be ticking away. They need to get 1 man on it. Guardian's got a chance. They don't have this out far enough. Easy kill for him.
There's no chance with flip side. Bondic starting their rotation. Flamey just floating on the side. Guardian, this man, he doesn't even need 1 pixel. He just needs a wall he knows he can get through. Takes out a second. And even try and do a little bit of a jump look. And here should be his third.
Oh man, come on.
And already that rotation. So tight. The crossfire is a disaster for Flipside. They're going to lose multiples. Flamey taking 3 kills from that back box side. And, well, not a single player lost from NaVi. They claim their the initial pick, but he's blind. There's your jump down. Flusher rotation up. Now Olaf does get the hit. Flusher for a double. And Team Solid Mid have run out of time and players. They've only got now Device left. This could be big. JW as well as Olaf are going to get themselves a crossfire. Cage and Bees are going to move through double doors. Coming up, he has a little bit of spam. Dupree, though.
Already blinded just a little bit. That smoke, though, will give him a bit of time. But Zipnix is wise to it. Spams away, and JW's down.
Takes out 1. What has he managed to pick up? He managed to get the AWP in his hands. The spray's coming out from Karrigan, keeping the CTs into short A. As Crimson and Olaf try and battle it out. There's at least another pickup to come their way. As Flusher grabs 1, but the last man goes down. That'll be Olaf. The extra information they require. They take out Crimson lower dark. Cage and B's going to drop JW as well. This is a horrible start. Will come in from the 3 players through upper dark. It's 1-for-1 trade-off. Let's make that a 2-for-1 trade-off. It's Cage and B. Keeps that account ticking up. And in fact, Dupree also going to let Cage and B now have his third. He's already rotating into the mid. He reads the play perfectly. Takes out 2. He's going to get the third one as well.
3 for 3. Cajun 3 in 3 straight rounds. It's done.
The second player pushing up through mid won't be able to succeed. Device already had the upper hand. And Dupree, well, okay, Flusher, time to go big. The flashbangs, keeping the CTs quite blind, but they're getting a good crossfire out here. And Crims battling from the back box, doing some serious lifting at the moment. Has to move around. Cage and B on the front lines, taking out 2. Can't get the third. We're into a 3-on-2 situation with JW jumping for Fission. Snaps back the spine of Cage and B. And they know where the last one is. Over the boxes to a land far, far away. He's pushed up on him, and that's going to be Olaf to drop down. Eventually, I'll finish my point. And he waits so patiently for JW.
Dupree, this is
that's the M4. Holding on top of the site. And while Cage and B is looking in the exact position, takes out Olaf, looking it up to heaven. Where that second player is, Cage and B playing a beautiful, beautiful AWP game. Over on A. That means they can commit 3 to mid. And JW looks for the A main. Olaf gets 1. He's going to look for the second. He gets the second as well. Having to back up to the boxes at the back of Checker. Gets the third. There's a 4th one coming in through Checkers, and he takes the 4! Oh, Olaf. Pronax is still over in Cubby. He'll take out 1. Should know there's a second. Gets the second as well. Flashes, smokes, whatever you've got. JW, he doesn't need to see to kill him. This guy's got X-ray vision. You can call him Superman at this point.
Home takes down Karrigan. Dupree catches him, but Pronax is still there as well. And an easy, make it a double. Wow, Dupree as well. That's bomb, and there you go. Fnatic come back around, and it's an easy cleanup of the site.
And here they come into B. Already the first frag out from Device, using that corner quite nicely, claims the second, needs to reload however, backs up, finds the third onto Crims. A little bit forcing him back, but already Fnatic, they're in on the site, lines up two of them. Olaf still able to do some level of work before carrying. Welcome back, everybody, here to the CSGO Championship Series, the PGL. It is Group Blue. It is our final group stage as well. I'm Toby1, joined by the Saticist.
You're going with it. I'm going to switch my Twitter handle to the Saticist now. All right, that's fun.
We'll do it before you get any followers, you know?
I don't have any to begin with, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I like it that way.
Yeah,
don't bother me.
We're also going a little bit whiter.
Yeah, we are. We both
primarily
because
white.
The camera's not. Well, maybe it's just the monitor, but the camera's. I'm not sure enjoying it that much. We're giving it a workout.
We really shouldn't have done it. But
no, it's okay.
It's fine, but it's kind of a sad day. This is like my last day casting CS:GO for 3 weeks.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah, because you can't unfortunately make it through to the LAN final. Or pardon me, you can't make it through to the last chance qualifier because of some previous obligations.
Yeah, doing an event in Ohio, so I will be over there doing that.
Yeah, so. And it'll be interesting. I don't even know who I'm going to be casting with for that particular week.
Surprises are coming.
I know. So, okay, tonight. We saw last night, Flipside, unfortunately eliminated. They will get a chance in that last chance qualifier we just spoke about, but we're going to see an interesting matchup. It's Fnatic that actually got taken out 2-0 by TSM. Second night in a row, they came out a little bit flat, and that's kind of the storyline we're going to have to talk about because they're going up against NaVi, who's been quite good lately. They had a bit of a slump start of the new year, end of 2014, start of 2015. Obviously, they just made a change, bringing in Flamey for Starix, and things are looking a little bit better. Guardian was nuts last night. I think it was 57 and 16 over the two maps they played against Flipside. That's ridiculous.
At the same time, I know we talked about that matchup, and we kind of feel that Guardian got a lot of space to get these kills. Like it was the same spots from the CT defense on Inferno. That was the map where he got that high kill, that high frag rate, and. It was just going through the motions. You check the corners. I don't want to take too much away from him because he was still looking at every single corner perfectly. The shots were hitting at the first time, not the second time, not the third time. It was always #1 every time.
Yeah, dead accurate.
And it was just shutting down Flipside every single time.
And he's going to be a player to watch tonight. But again, we talked about it. So Fnatic went down to TSM. Now they're going up against a hot team. They've been cold online over the last 2 nights. They actually dropped a map on Inferno to Flipside the first night. And last night, the first map, obviously, both maps went to TSM. But both times, early on, they went for a double scout buy in the second round of CT, which they had CT both times and lost the pistol round. So we actually saw them kind of be unorthodox, perhaps a little bit too aggressive with their buying, and it gave them a horrible start on map 1 both nights. Here's our rosters, of course. It's the standard 5 for Fnatic. Crims is back again tonight. He was last night as well. Schneider played for them, obviously, the first night. But, yeah, I mean, player to watch for me is probably going to have to be Olaf Meister based on what we saw from him last night.
Yeah, his holds on B side, especially on Cash, were absolutely amazing. I actually want to go back to something you were saying before that, is what happens when the greed goes wrong is, Fnatic put themselves in a horrible position, but when they get the double AWP up and running, especially when they're on their CT side, depending on map, of course, it's really difficult to get up and on them. They take like 2-3 rounds in a row. It doesn't matter if you got gun round or not. They just seem to get every bit of an advantage because they just play this range game and also aggressive pick game. That's where Olaf was able to, we saw that big clip where he got a quad kill as they were pushing it on the B side and Cash. That was for me just the perfect way to sum up how you try and not push into an AWP of Fnatic.
It was phenomenal play. He peeked the first time, readjusted his angle, fell back so he couldn't get flanked from the side. He played that really well, and it was just a sign that he was on point all night long. But here's NaVi. There's a look at the roster again. Flamey, the new one in. And as we mentioned, the guy to watch for them, Guardian. Over the 5 matches they've played now, 88 kills. That's quite remarkable. Yeah,
especially considering the ratio he's got too. It's also he's been forced into these double, triple overtimes like we're seeing Penta pushing us into. Instead, it's just been this real consistent play all the time. Guardian getting AWP picks, which, funnily enough, throughout this entire season, we haven't really been seeing the effect of these mid AWPs. I know when we were casting Mirage the other night, in fact, the CTs were just throwing the AWPs away. They didn't want them. They kept up with the M4s.
In fact, one of the only Yeah, okay, so we'll take a look at these maps, and then I'll come back to our point. So Fnatic take out Dust 2, no surprise. NaVi played excellent on it last night. Their CT side, by the way, for NaVi is looking really good lately. Just the movement and rotations have been strong. Cobblestone goes out. We talked about this. So I said last night it would come down to picks. So Cobblestone going out, they have to ban it because Fnatic's been playing it, and it becomes more scary. And then, well, I jumped away a little bit too soon, though. So we got Mirage coming out second. Inferno is going to be our start. No surprise for Fnatic, and Cash if needed. Overpass Nuke. Those people just don't want to play those right now. So again, it's this Fnatic use of Cobblestone that forces NaVi to go ahead and ban it. That brings in Inferno off the start, which is their best map and traditionally something you would normally try and get rid of against them.
I'm just wondering if NaVi's going to feel very confident about this, considering their result up against Flipside last night. I mean, they come in with momentum. Even though they're up against Fnatic, they're still going to feel very upbeat about coming in for the match. And
again, last night we talked about Flipside, how they normally do things well on the T side, and that's where they get the majority of their rounds. NaVi has their number. They've yet to put up a good game against NaVi. Like I said, Flipside's upset VP on Inferno online. They've actually given Fnatic a good run. As we take a look at our predictions. So CSGO Lounge, 85-15.
This is exactly what happened last night with Fnatic versus TSM.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I'm just saying, like, Twitch chat was right.
Twitch chat was right. So we'll see what Twitch chat gets to. So
yeah,
again,
it seems it's the only one that really matters right now. And
50-50. Okay, so Twitch chat's never wrong. It's funny because you said that last night. You were like, Twitch chat's got no idea, and then TSM 2-0'd them. So that was
normally Twitch chat is like one mind, one body, one soul kind of thing, and they know what's going to happen. But right now, it's been split down the middle.
Yeah. So again, I just want to go back. So Inferno coming in first. The CT side of NaVi's looked very strong, but Fnatic's double-edged in that they can play both sides very well. Crims is efficient on B. If he holds them out of there and they establish that presence, they establish that fear and the fact that NaVi doesn't have that as an option, the map becomes far more limiting. And then I think Fnatic walk away with this. I won't say walk away easily, but they should be able to take this first map without much struggle. Of course, Knife Round's going to have some indication of how much harder it's going to be depending on if they start CT or T. But again, those early starts, those early buys, they need to have more respect towards NaVi than what they've shown for both TSM and Flipside over the last 2 nights. With those double scout buys, they didn't work. I understand why they're going for it. I get the approach. If they win it, great. They reset everything. They actually jump out with the lead after losing a pistol.
Yep.
But when they lose it, they haven't been able to buy round 3. They lose round 4 as a result when they finally do come in.
Yeah.
We saw it go 7-0, I think it was for Flipside, and 6-1 last night against TSM. They just need to be a little more careful with that. And, I mean, if they don't do that, then they have a much better chance of getting back into the game a lot sooner than what they have over the last 2 nights.
It's just if they want to concede the extra round, or at least not concede, just play it a little bit safer. Wait for the opposition to come to them and then just try and battle against them. Because you're right, it's this thing where they're going for a lot of greed, it's not paying off. If it does pay off, yeah, you're in a terrific position. And then you'll be saying, well done for Fnatic for actually having the balls to do what they did. And you can't really blame them either. Like, you give a Tech9 over to Olaf and you say, you know what, just go and do your thing. But the hilarious thing is, his Tech9 play hasn't been working anywhere near as effective as it was at ESL 1 Katowice.
No, exactly. And I mean, obviously, they got the label and changed their logo jokingly one day on Twitter over the whole Tech9 ordeal. But again, I mean, keep in mind this is online too. Fnatic aren't normally a team that slacks offline. They seem like they're always keen to play. They never really have off days. They come out, they're excited about the game. But right now has been an extremely busy stint for Fnatic. It's almost a good thing that they didn't qualify for Star Ladder this coming weekend because it gives them a bit of a chance to break. Obviously, they didn't play too much after ESL. They were one of the only teams that took a full week off without a match. But they've got LAN after LAN coming up. So, I mean, ESEA's at the end of April. Potentially DreamHack Bucharest if they can get through this group or get through the last chance qualifiers after that. They're busy, so it's starting to show signs of, you know, they're not taking online as seriously as they did about 6 months ago, in my opinion. But I'm basing that on, you know, the last couple of matches we've seen, and that might be premature of me. We're gonna have to see if they can come back into it tonight.
Yeah, I would wait to reserve judgment until they actually hit the LAN finals themselves, and then judge all the way. We're waiting for the teams to be fully ready. We did have one player that was missing from the lobby, but he's in there now. So just ready it up. While we are waiting for the teams to get themselves ready, we do have a giveaway skin coming out tonight. It is the Gut Knife Fade. It is up for grabs. All you need to do is help support the tournament, as well as get yourself some really cool stuff. Subscribe to the Twitch channel of PGL. You'll get so many emotions. They're just available for you. As well as you donate $2.50 of that $5 subscription to the prize pool. So your money goes directly towards supporting the players. And it's through the Twitch crowdfunding system.
I think that's the coolest part about this. It doesn't go to PGL at all, so I don't want to push this on you and act like I'm telling you to throw your money our way. It doesn't go to us. It goes to the teams. I would love to see these teams get more support for the efforts they're putting in. And like we said, we have those goals. So if we hit goal number 1, we do see one-on-ones, community voted at the LAN. And if we hit the second goal, we get all-star games. And again, community picked on who those players would be. And I guess casters are allowed to be in that and production stuff. So.
Please no.
Yeah.
Please no. I don't want to.
So, yeah, I mean, it's really
fun.
cool that it's community support directly to the teams, so.
Yeah, if you want to find a way to shame us, then yeah, you could throw us in there and just have all of Fnatic going up against the casters team. That would be so bad.
We'd wreck them. It wouldn't even be close.
Really?
JW would never, ever buy a CZ75 and an AWP again. He'd stick to an auto shotgun.
I would make a highlight clip for every single kill I was able to achieve.
One. You'd have one highlight clip.
That would be enough for me.
If
I get one, I've already beaten my expectations.
I think that would be about where I would land as well. So
I'm gonna like buy a Molotov and a grenade, just wait until like all the rest of my teammates die, then throw both of them at the area where I think they are, and that would be the way the cookie does crumble. All right, so I don't know. I've still failed to get into GoTV, but we seem to be here and working. So if you could check as well, if you can.
Yeah, I haven't gotten in either, but that's okay. So we're gonna get our knife round underway.
Yep.
As you can see, Ebot saying knife, 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 and it's Inferno. It's not crucial. These two teams are fairly efficient on both sides. However, it is still slightly CT-sided, and it would be nice to get that early start. Fnatic needs to clean up their starts. In fact, they've had the CT side both times that they've had those slow starts on this map due to losing the pistol. So we'll see if they can correct that, but first they got to get there.
Yeah, so knife away, boys. See who comes out on top. We can just get to our side. Looks like Crims at least gets to take a couple. Get that little stutter out of the way before we kick off in the game. Leaving a 2-on-2. Okay, did someone just throw a nade? Oh no, that was the decoy exploding on him. But, it looks like Fnatic should be able to take this one. They've got Guardian backed into a semi-corner. I say that. Yep. Okay. So Fnatic will take it, and more than likely they'll ask for a switch, and there it is. The switch will happen. So Fnatic will move to the CT side, and that'll be their first CT for map number 1. In fact, the players aren't even going to wait. We're all good and ready to rock and rumble. Let's get into it.
Awesome. I'm excited. Tonight's going to be a good night of Counter-Strike all the way from this game right through to TSM. If they played like they did last night, we're going to have an excellent series after this as well. And don't count NaVi out. If Guardian can get going like he was and their CT side stays as completely sound as they were working together last evening, obviously a little bit tougher opponent, this could be excellent as well. And like I say, they're going to start out T, but it's all up to Fnatic to get the start that they need.
Yeah, so underway we are. Fnatic going with just a floater. They're willing to stack a little bit more heavily over to A, but Zeus pushing aggressively. Love to see. In fact, he's going to already bring down Olaf. So top of Banana is open. Flusher with a quick rotation. He's already over at CT spawn. No more helps coming his way. But he's able to bring down Edward, and now, well, where's that rotator? It's not coming. Flamey with a little bit of noise to be made down at the bottom of the apartments is capable of just at least keeping some of these Fnatic defenders there. In fact, going to bring down JW sitting inside of window. But NaVi still not forcing the issue. The bomb is still back in mid. And the Fnatic defense is holding tight. 2A, 1B, but the bomb and the remaining 4 players from NaVi are headed up to top of Banana. And here they come. The smoke to give the cover. All he can do is just try and spray through the smoke a little bit. That bomb plant's going to go down. It's up to Fnatic for the retake. One through Banana. The other one's coming back up through CT spawn. Flush
is trying to come in through construction, but look how many players are directly in his crosshair. He can't even find the first one to open up an opportunity and make it even easier for him. So it's going to look like this is going to go the way of NaVi as well, and then we'll see exactly how Fnatic want to play this, because as I mentioned, it's been this second round that's been detrimental to them over the last 2 evenings. Crims goes down 1-0 NaVi. And their choice? No scouts so far. Perfect. I like this. I want to see them adapt and not make those same mistakes.
They're still spending all their money, though. That's still CZs as well as armor, the whole shebang. They've only got a couple of hundred behind them. So they have to play the nice tight corners up against NaVi. And that's what they're doing. 2 already very aggressively up towards the sandbags on B. They use the smoke as their cover fire. And the other 2 holding up at the top of Banana. There is another one over a little bit to the side of Cubby. Sees that name, might do some nice work. Takes Olaf down by 41. And so far, no holes being punched. In fact, just a little bit of life trait, that's all.
Passive play at B and an early rotation out of the site right now, as Crims is also fading off of it. But they've stacked up 2 on Speedway towards CT, so they're waiting for this call. They don't have enough information, but they want to be in position to rotate fast and play for a retake on either site. Smokes are going to go over to Banana and in toward the B. That's going to give them a bit of an indication, so 1 counter smoke out already to slow them down. A lot of time gone considering it's guns versus pistols. NaVi's a little bit timid. They don't want to give up anything here. They don't want to especially be ecoed, but they also don't want to give up guns that are preventable, so they want to be efficient in this round. JW wants to get aggressive.
Unfortunately, he's going to get snapped back. The smoke just disappeared, and Zeus and Edward, they're able to get all the way through B. At least Pronak's able to shut down Edward, who was pushing up through mid. We're in a 3-on-2 situation. This was a little bit of a buy-up in the pistol round for Fnatic. And with Pronax on submachine gun, he's going to favor the pistol instead. Needs that pick on top Bernard to have any chance of getting in there, and he's not going to take it. So the newest member of NaVi, Flamey, able to wrap up the round, and NaVi will go 2-0. And that money for Fnatic is still not looking great. They've got to go for a full eco this time around. Not a single bit of money spent. No cash. No cash out the window.
And again, I guess in some regard, it's actually not a bad reason. Although this is obviously Fnatic's choice of map, it's not so bad that Navi's playing it, because from Flamey's regard, he's a great Inferno player. In fact, he seems to fit in with the team a lot better by default on this map compared to Dust 2, where he was a little bit flat, never really found his feet in his position. Oh, early peek. So that'll give them information, but he may not make it around the corner. He just does.
How's Flusher on the run? JW realized that push is coming up through mid. Takes out 1. Can't get the second. He's trying to peek. There's 3 T players already pushing up through the mid. As Emil puts that Mag 10 to use. So he's still watching that flank from the CT. So Olaf, no joy to come from behind. And the last remaining player, Crims. We're on board with him now, coming in through the archers, but his life is very, very short. But it was a pistol round from Fnatic. So this will be their first buy round, the first major test of NaVi. But they've had such a great start. They're already able to get that AWP on the Guardian. He was our big fragger in that game up against Flipside. Can he repeat the same up against Fnatic?
They're off to the right start so far. He's only got 1 kill to work with, but again, early on, he now just has the weapon, like you say. Question is, how does Fnatic go against it? They're going to stack up on B. There's the first Guardian. Make it 2. Easy picks for him. C's going to take down JW before he can even retreat beyond the cover of the corner. And now it's an easy push toward B. Why would you not? You know you've got 3. The other 2 have to be an A.
This is a disastrous round for Fnatic. And Guardian's going to pick up his 3rd frag of the round. He would love to get the 4th. The plant will go down on top of the barbecue. And all Flusher can do is just hide behind the bags, try and use the smoke to his advantage. Cops a nade to the knees. But not really hurting that much. Must have brought his padding along. He does bring down Zeus. The pillar shall be his friend. The AWP from Guardian off target. He's still just sitting inside the smoke. The nade's trying to flush him out. The Flusher holds strong. But he has been completely pincered. He's up on top of the awning. So he's going to see some feet as the drop down will come. Flush made to claim a couple here, but he isn't going to finish the job. It is still costly for NaVi. Are they getting Guardian's AWP? Yeah, they do. They did manage to save Guardian's AWP at the end of the day. But this opening, you try and push 3 down Banana when you bought your first buy round with a 4M4, the 5 M4s, and Guardian's AWP goes to work.
Yep, so 4 early. Again, the trend continues so far. A bit of a slow start. That's your first gun. Fnatic need to come out of the gate with a little more prowess, a little more calculation. They did go for that 3B push, and again, without an op, I don't blame them. It gives them early map control. They had the spawns to do it, but Guardian tore them apart. And now they're back to pistols. One chicken down. Crim's added to his tally.
I wonder if we can ever get a stat track for chicken kills.
I think Valve needs to make it, as we see some exchange going on. Pronax, gets him on the way out, so Zeus goes down, but I think Valve needs to make it like in real life. If you cut off a chicken's head, they run around 4 times before they die. I think they need to add that realism.
That's going to cause a lot of trouble with sensors. CSGO, a kid's game, where you can directly kill people as opposed to killing chickens, because that's just not allowed. Alright, so Fnatic, they're feeling the pressure's coming to A. They've just pulled both players off B as NaVi are pulling over. As you can see, the 3 players straight back out through mid. Pronax isn't looking for an Olaf and Crims. They're both coming back. Cease is hearing them running. He's going to look for the initial frag. He gets one. Can't get the second, though. But this now means there should be an AK into the hands of Fnatic. In fact, yes, it will be Crims the man to pick it up. The smoke's giving the cover, so NaVi have managed to go onto the side and get the plant down. Again, they're using the grill. Guardian asking his teammate to go over to the side so he can use that AWP in a better angle. I've looked down a CT spawn as well as the longest angle over to construction. But Crims doesn't want to come out. They're looking for, well, I'd say they're looking for exit frags at the moment. They don't want to lose that AK. Potentially, you could go for the defuse. Nah, Guardian's going to see Crims trying to poke. And Edward and Flamey, they mop up the rest. Flusher and Pronax to drop, and NaVi 5-0. And again, I know I was jokingly saying this as we're walking over to the studio tonight. The Fnatic really struggle with their first map. In these first 6 to 7 rounds, things just go wrong time and time again, and then they build up their steam after that.
Yeah, and it's been Inferno that's been an issue 2 of the 3 times. So they're going to have to work on that. It's worthy to note. It really is. And I know it's online. It's got a different sort of mentality, different pressures. You don't have, you know, tight, confined spaces, different desks to work on. Maybe that's playing to Navi's advantage right now, but and maybe Fnatic's not as into it. But Olaf's going to come back. There's one. But you're dead right. They got to get this start. Finally, they have a man advantage to work with.
I was also almost about to praise NaVi for being very, very patient, realizing that Fnatic, this is that 6th round, so it is going to be their big buy round with those double AWPs we've talked about time and time again with Fnatic. It's so difficult to try and go up against them with this because your choke points are just covered so tightly. And there's the push out Guardian. And now I'm feeling like he's really proving himself. Flip side wasn't as much, but this one works.
Edward timed that flash. He saw it come above him. It didn't blind him, so he took the opportunity. But Olaf's got 3. Back on the rotation. Well played by him.
Oh, he's so good.
So they've still got 1 AWP up. And like you say, Fnatic's so strong when they've got 2. And this is a very, very important round where they've invested. Sure, you've got the money bonus, but 2 AWPs in, you're going to be forcing out Famosas in their place next round.
I like how too Olaf drops the AWP because he realized they're going to play in close on him. So looks around the corner. However, Guardian still on the money. Knows how to bring down Olaf, found the 3rd CT in there. So Pronax will go down, and Crims, the last man left standing in a 2-on-1 situation. He's going to be really strapped for time, having to walk all the way down Banana. And there's no way he can save either of these AWPs unless he gets up onto the site. And right now, I think he's also looking for the round win. With Guardian hitting his mark, it's going to be a real difficult ask. 1 on the site, Guardian down inside the pit, so at least Crims has that bit of information. The flashbang coming over from library side, so he does have the second bit of information. No, he's just saving the AWP. He came up, he had to get somewhere near the site. There's not enough time to get the kills as well as the defuse, so just save the weapon for next round.
So they'll get the full money bonus again this round. And it was a case of anything you can do, I can do better. Olaf got 3 kills in the round. Guardian went right back. The 2 players we said we had to watch tonight. Unfortunately, it was Guardian who got them in the latter half of the round, which gave them the advantage they needed. And that was the play from Edward, the initial one, but here's the response. Good rotation. He got there just in time.
Olaf really having a superb game already. The problem is it's just not enough. The rest of his team aren't hitting their marks, or they're getting hit by the marks made by those bullets. Guardian. So Zeus, entry frag at time. We'll see if he can get up. The Molotov flies out, so they know someone's in close. He's forced out of the palm. Zeus trying to give the cover fire required to get him out of there. Revealing his position and showing the fact there are 2 over on the Banana. And Crims isn't giving up on this. He jumps up on the car. He's trying to look down again. He's able to at least find Guardian. Over the top of the smoke. He didn't have vision. He was just having a guesstimation.
But Fnatic's so good at that. They do that so often. It's an easy angle. They know exactly where to aim. See JW do it with the op commonly, so Crims takes it that time. Good kill. Sees though right back into Olaf. And that gives the advantage back, or does it? Flush is not going to have any of it. He's already got two popping out from Cubby, excuse me. And oh, Zeus though through the smoke. JW hyper-focused down the bottom of Banana. Didn't realize he'd snuck up beside him, so he's going to try and get in, and he actually finds Crims. It's down to 2-on-2.
The time is really bad, though. If that mid player, the mid fight is the one we're looking at, Flamey, does get the kill.
He's got to run, though. Bombs all the way back at stairs, so it's still going to split the defender up. In fact,
23
that takes
seconds.
it back.
Where's the run? Right now, Flusher thinks he's moved over the B. We're going to go into our person-on-person perspective. The plant from Flamey. He's wanting to check the site. Flusher going to switch over to the M4. And where's the initial frag? He's looking sort of in the right area, but sort of isn't good enough. Flamey able to hold the round for NaVi, and that was the closest Fnatic got to winning a round so far.
And this is going to get frustrating at this point. At the start, you're Fnatic, you stay composed. It's not a huge deal. Now you get down 7, and you have 2 rounds that you've actually had man advantages in. The first with the Olaf 3K, and then this last one that we just saw, which Zeus came back and made the play to give the lead back to NaVi. They aren't holding. They aren't sustaining the control they're finding. They aren't winning after getting these picks. They're forcing themselves out into fights they shouldn't be taking, and unfortunately, NaVi's hitting the shots tonight, so
look at the aggressive
it's going to be tough for them.
That aggressive side push. They're over inside the CT apartments right now. I think he's down that far. Well, the rest of NaVi are ready to come up through mid. Flamey's looking for... Okay, he's not down. I thought he was. He must be up. He's up in bedroom.
There's a player above him in bedroom, yep.
Yeah.
And that's JW, who's got the Mag 7. So he wants to play it up close. He's just falling off it now because they haven't shown up. He actually smokes his way out. That gives away that he was close. So Flamey checks Boiler, but he's going to find out quickly no one's there. Meanwhile, the rest of them have already found a way up the top of mid.
They still have to get all the way up with one holding over at Archers. Fnatic have a fairly tight defense here. All right, so finally that movement is going to come up from Flamey into the apartments right in front of JW, inching around the corner. Who has the audacity to peek first? And they're both going to peek at the same time. JW will win the gun battle. Means he gets a nicer weapon, comes out and puts it to work. Man. Literally killing his teammates, NaVi's teammates, with a gun pried from his cold, dead fingers. Poor Flamey. But, yeah, first round of Fnatic. Much needed. JW needed to go huge. But a tight defense this time from Fnatic. They held all their sides.
Really well done by JW. He was up close in bedroom. By falling back, he was able to support his teammates more. Stayed patient. Got that shot with the Mag 7. Barely lost any health for it. AK picked up. Another 2 kills. Round 1. That's, I mean, you're going to need individual plays at this point. You're down 7-0. You need someone to step up and win you around, and JW just did that for them.
One of how many? NaVi still have a huge amount of money. Guardian's looking for this pick shot up through mid.
Double mid stack on Atrium as well, and one on the Cubby side, on Arch side. So they've got a full crossfire set for that. That gives up apartments a bit, but they'll be able to play it from the reverse angle as long as they can control mid in the same push. Fortunately, NaVi has no one there at this point, so that won't be a concern.
Are they coming back? That bomb is moving back closer towards mid. Well, she just threw it away. In they come. Flusher and Edward and JW going to go down. There's only 2 players left alive for Fnatic, and they were the 2 B defenders. So for NaVi, they do lose 2 players in that push, but with the plant down and Fnatic having to retake onto the site, the smoke is giving a pretty good cover. There's a small crevice where the orb of Guardian can look through. Olaf's able to open up the account, and so is Crims again through this smoke. Still got 16 bullets left inside the clip. Olaf knows where he is, trying to beat him down, and they get the perfect crossfire. The retake will be there. The orb save as well. And Fnatic are now starting to chain their rounds together. The second round going their way. I'm not saying it's wonderful, and they're looking fantastic on CT side, but it's a lot better than being down 9 rounds to 0.
No, I mean, 7's already a lot to give up. You're asking a lot of yourself to come back, especially where I said NaVi's CT side has been so strong, and Guardian's already looking good. He's at 8 kills. He's not the highest on the team. Flamey and Zeus hold that claim right now. But when he's on, it makes it even harder to penetrate through, especially where he's willing to play both A and B, depending on spawn, depending on the calls required to get that map control. And JW, though, here's this hybrid op from him, getting into an unorthodox position and wants to take the fight up close.
Yeah, the other time they bought the AWP was in the hands of Olaf and they're watching down the B site, but JW's trying to hold back, very small corner. So you'll get the kill on Flamey. Feels like they might just come down through Boiler, which is exactly right. There goes your Molotov, and that's going to stop him. Having to retreat back up again. Flush knows he's got a little bit more cover. A little bit of a fishing nade. C's dropping very low to 21 HP. But they have to keep their eyes over in apartments. Fnatic. NaVi don't fully have it. They're still only stuck around that window boiler area. They're doing everything they can to keep NaVi back. Make them waste time, so then they got to try and push in and enter the side under pressure. With Pronax, oh, he actually leans to the side. I was going to say almost at the wrong time, but it turned out to be the right time. They saved the AWP. It's still a 5-on-3 and 30 seconds on the clock. NaVi, you have to go now or never. And the answer, it's going to be never. They're moving back. They're going to save their weapons.
So the op proceeds, that's an important one. But here you go, 3 rounds, they reset the money bonus, they get that successive round, and now NaVi's the one that's in a situation where they can't play out this round. So Fnatic's found themselves a way back in, potentially to 4 rounds if they don't get ecoed. And that's good. Couldn't have come at a better time. 7 rounds already given up. Still not out of the woods for NaVi by any stretch of imagination. This is still Fnatic. It's still Inferno for them. This game's going to be fought well into double digits for both teams. They're
doing a hell of a lot better than I think a lot of people would be expecting for NaVi, especially like when we saw all the bets, like the CSGO Lounge guys put 15% over on NaVi. Like, little to no confidence. The Fnatic brand carrying hefty weight. But this NaVi lineup is playing really good CS. It's tight, it's focused, and it's not stupid. Which is what I was hoping for tonight. And, well, there's already a bit of a battle. JW dropping very low. They're going to lose him over on apartments. Zeus is here as well to bring down Pronax. Another one moving up through Boiler, and that's going to be Flusher. In a bit of a battle with Edward. He's not going to come out on top, and there's only 2 CTs left. They're moving as quick as they possibly can, but Guardian also very quick to watch over towards the library. Looks back towards mid, takes out Olaf. And that just leaves Trims, the last man left standing. That nade needs to do a little bit more work for him if he was going to have a chance. He's about to get flanked up by Seized. Flashes, he's out of there. Save the M4, save also the Molotov smoke, nades, defuse kit, armor, the whole shebang. Hold on to it for as long as possible.
So that 3-gun save, look at how much that did for them, because like I said, I called it eco. That was a mistake on my part, my apologies. Obviously they would have had those 3 weapons, so they forced that around them. And now they answer Fnatic and stop this before it gets too far back the other way. Great play into A. No answer at all. Crims was your B player, as always. Didn't rotate out, didn't even bother.
No. Well, he came over, he had a look, and then just thought that this whole situation was futile. So let it go. Buyout from Fnatic. They do have that AWP again. It's in the hands of JW. Been very defensive with it so far, only watching from apartments. Olaf was probably the more aggressive player with that AWP, looking down through Banana. JW looks like he's actually in the position for the mid pick. It's the same time as NaVi are more heavily committing towards the Banana. They do still have 2 players looking to contest over at apartments, but that's just playing the numbers game. There's Guardian. Someone going to peek for him. Look around the corner. There's the first peek. Guardian taking a large amount of damage for no real reward. Edward bumping into his teammate. Trying to escape that grenade until Pronax will bring him down from the right flank side. Spraying through that smoke again. Flamey doesn't want to shoot, doesn't want to reveal his position, especially when the rest of the T's are coming up through mid. Interesting flash. Not quite sure what that was meant to achieve.
JW's going to readjust, though. He's got support from the Arch right now. So, oh, one more step. Yeah, easy kill. Guardian down. That's a big one. Flusha, there it is. There's your support player in that position. Pops out, second kill. Make it a third. Headshot onto Seized, and Flusha's looking great with his aim tonight. Easy for Pronax on Zeus.
I don't know if Flusha heard the smoke nade in flight or not, but he peeked out the perfect time with the gun down, as well as that NaVi player just leaning around the corner to throw the smoke out.
It was timing as well. I mean, you saw JW get that first pick. it's obvious that if they're that far up to go to the second player, he's got the tighter angle. He's going to peek out to address and see if there's a secondary entry as well. There was, and then he just staggers it out and goes for the peek. It was just timing in that case.
Well, Olaf going to try and keep him out of Banana, throwing down a deep nade. This is, of course, the pistol round from NaVi. A couple of flashes and smokes, and their commitment does look like it's going to come up through Banana. So these two B defenders, work cut out for them. Another smoke, giving Crims something fairly well in the open. Not much of a cover there. He gets the spray into Zeus through the smoke. Zeus did reveal his position by firing that pistol off, and here comes that next smoke. They're really just choke pointing them up atop Banana. While JW is worried about that push coming up through mid. Nades, AWP spam. Oh, he's about to go. We should go back to him right now. Ah, no, he backed up. He backed up. The T's are backing up. We'll stick with Olaf. As they're looking in, there goes your fire. The Molotov forced into Olaf. He stands inside the fire. He will go down to the pistol of Guardian.
Actually, the
Crims has to battle it out. There's two of them there. The fire not reached it.
It did not reach, but Crims, great play on the fallback. So JW closes it out. They shut them down entirely in Banana. So now they've got it down to 3 rounds, the difference, but still NaVi's already secured the half. They've still got money to get Guardian back into an op right away.
What happens when you run out of bullets in that 20 bullet clip? Get yourself into the other gun which has even less bullets. But it still worked for him. So Fnatic 5-8. Still see that AWP. Look at Olaf. So this is where that aggressive AWP's going to come this time around. They are running the doubles. And Pronax so quickly down to bench. Cutting off NaVi as they tried to take out the top. And look who's going all Burrow style. He's gone underneath. In fact, they're going to send 2 down there. Olaf as well. JW knows it's one over apartments. Crims to take 1. JW take the other. And that's going to wrap it up. A flawless round from Fnatic. And it seems to be the case. They just take... I almost want to have a quote from last night when I said this, that I thought that all of our series would go to a 3, especially the NaVi one, primarily because Fnatic seems to be absolutely horrendous on map number 1 in the first part of the first half. And they're going to be completely awake when they reach TSM now. So it's almost an advantage that Fnatic are playing this, because if they'd played like this up against TSM, they would probably be 1 map down.
It's an interesting point to look at, but this isn't a trend that's too common. It's just been as of late. Edward, nice Wandig. That's flush it down at benches, and he thought he was so clever by getting that mid-control. JW with the Tech 9 responding, though. Edward drops, seized, goes back into Olaf, and it's 1 man up. Wow. Make it as flat 3s here as JW finds Flamey.
It's just the Tech 9 rush up there. JW still going to be careful with only 7 HP. He's got to stick in a very defensive position. I say that. Just throws the nade out, kills off seized, and screw defensive position. He's walking inside the smoke. And the Boiler looking up the window and then a point blank onto Zeus. That's a 4-for. If they can reveal where Guardian is, maybe you can claim the ace, but Guardian's a long way away up the top of Banana and about to walk into that CT defender. Crims throw out the extra smoke, and he's going to walk straight through it, and that's going to give Crims the advantage. So 8-7, the first half is over, and Fnatic, after a very rough start, have quite an acceptable scoreline at the end of the first half.
Again, it's just the start, too, because it was 7-0. We ended 8-7, so they actually went back 7-1 in return. It's just too bad. I mean, either getting a pistol would be nice for a change on Inferno. They haven't done that in a while on CT. But even just that first gun round where they get a little bit caught out on that rotation. And there was 2 close rounds. Again, Zeus brought them back into 1 when he went inside the B site, got those 2 entry kills, and Guardian, the Olaf Guardian round where Guardian picked up 3 after Olaf had already done the same. And those 2 rounds for Fnatic, I mean, they took a couple fights they shouldn't have. JW popped out from Cubby in one of those cases and went down immediately, so didn't work out, but we're back into halftime number 2, and first nade's already out, first damage already dealt. Zeus, though, gets the worst of it. Nice dome onto him.
And you could just see the camera angle even just kick back as the bullet
gush
just takes out. I don't know if it was a shoulder blade or not, but either way, not a healthy man, Zeus. While Olaf, there's that direct 9 going to work. And as Flame US do the bigger work, takes that first one, Flusher, directly to the head. The rest of Fnatic know he's there. But they're not happy to push into the smoke. They're already assuming there'll be some players rotating over. But they're getting flanked. There's one at the bottom of Banana. While Olaf does go down on the A site, which means they do have no choice now. They have to go into B. They're being watched from too many angles. Trying to pound in. Zeus revealing his position. They go for the crossfire. Remember to watch down the bottom of Banana. That's where Edward is, and he's going to at least take out Crims. So 2 players left alive for Fnatic. They wanting to catch up to Crims before he can get out here, sitting on the park bench, and they do take him out. They're going to switch back over to B, or maybe not. Pronex has taken the bomb. He's already up on the A site. Look towards the graveyard. That's where the bodies hit the floor. And he can't get it to hit the floor just yet. 1 HP is all he's got left. Guardian with 19. Can he still do it over the top? No! It will be JW to come on. 12 HP. He goes down.
Look how much time he bought. Look how much time he bought. So by staying alive that long, by robbing the cradle, he just goes back and forth. Couldn't get 6 feet under, and Flamey comes around with 2 on the rotation because of it. That's just efficient play. We talked about how tight that angle is to get out of.
Yeah.
It's also tight to get a shot into, apparently, because they could not hit him at all.
Well, it's funny because they didn't think they could come in close because the spray, when you got 1 HP, you're not thinking, well, I can just walk in and my life points will do the rest. It's not that.
So 2 pistol rounds now to NaVi, and you got to say, if you win 2 pistols and lose the match, then unfortunately you've got adjustments to be made. I've said that night and night again. So we'll see if NaVi can sustain this. They were great on CT last night.
That they were. Fnatic playing the patient game now. The bomb is looking to come to A. It's not just floating around the mid. It is sitting on the ground outside the window. But Olaf and Crims want to be more successful up in the apartments before they come in. The apartments has been given to them. NaVi doesn't want to try and contest that. So they leave 1 arch, 1 down just outside the apartment balcony, and the other one over in graveyard. With 2 players holding on B. Pronax starts making a little bit of noise. And they do have the... there's still 1 just hovering on highway. Going where he's needed. And he will be needed on A. And he's already moving back now into the library. So it will be a 3-man defense from NaVi on A. It's be his job to watch that arch side. But Fnatic, they're coming in truck side. Zeus can have some work for him. Downside that pit. Crim's already opened up the account. He takes out 1. Looking for the second. He's going to claim him. And Zeus switches to pistol. He's out of bullets inside that Famus, but the damage is done. Flusher to 4 HP. Zeus will finish the job, and NaVi 10 rounds to 7 on CT side. Fnatic.
Good hat trick by Zeus. I want to point out something right here in this replay. He spammed a lot of bullets right side, but he was still had the awareness enough to go back and check apartments before his clip emptied. If he hadn't done that, that was a hard shot with the pistol, and as a result, stays alive, picks up this 3rd one at the end. So good play by him. Good heads-up play to realize that it was careless to get rid of all of his ammo when he still had another player already holding that position. His duty is apartment. He did his job.
Yep. And because of that, NaVi find themselves in a great position, 10 to 7. It's not over yet. The slow push up by Fnatic. They all try to come up through second mid, but Edward just spraying out. It's not enough to finish up the entire entire Fnatic lineup. But when the support arrives, it is a 5-0 round for them, aka they don't lose a single player, taking all of Fnatic out. But Fnatic now go into their buy round, and this is their critical moment. If they're going to have any chance of trying to drag this back, either they pull off the impossible, or they win this round now. And where's that ult from Guardian going? So, 2 to watch the top of mid.
He's going to go to Banana with it.
Yep.
They're going for this 3 play. Like I said, they've done so many times, so they'll look for an early fight. Oh, but they're going to lose 2 men already. JW finds a good pick, so early fight and fall was the call, but they've got to fall fast because A's wide open.
Completely open. All they got to do is now hold the Archer's side. Flush is watching for the rotation to come up through Banana. Zeus was able to get himself to Archers, and he's holding back Fnatic for now. He cannot hold him back for long, though. But he bought enough time for... Okay, it's C's who's sitting inside of Archers. Flamey who takes out JW up in top of mid. And they're able to get in. 2-on-2 situation. These are better odds. That nade's going to do some work, though. Yeah, it's seized. Dropping by 34 HP. Flamey using his nades as well to try and clear out. But both of these Fnatic players holding from inside of pit. They're almost sitting on top of each other. That bomb on the exposed sides of the pit. Flamey's using that crevice. He's going to find 1. Pronax down. In for the reload. I think he's just got to go YOLO. Starts the defuse. He's looking up to apartments. He's not expecting the second one to be down inside the pit. And because of that, Fnatic are able to get that round up. It's costly. They only had 1 AK left at the end of it.
Double stack
pit. Round.
No, you catch people off all the time. It was actually a play that was becoming more and more common about 6 months ago. People started to get away from it. It became a little too trendy. Someone had to break it. Someone had to be aware of it. now it's coming back into play, and we see it used well there. That's your first gun round, so Fnatic came into this at the best possible time, because otherwise you're looking at 13-7 before they can get one on the board. Potentially, of course, we talk about Tech9s and Fnatic, but in theory.
I'm enjoying how aggressive NaVi is playing up Banana. They want to make sure that Fnatic feel pressured to make a move. You're the ones with the round advantages. And you do not want Fnatic just having the top of Banana time and time again, so then they can set up for that, that entry into B. So they keep Fnatic looking behind themselves. And you're seeing the way Fnatic are. They're basically in this arc. They can fight NaVi on all sides. But NaVi are holding back. They've actually pulled their players off the lower part of Banana. And in fact, there's your rotation already coming in. We're on board with Seized as he's coming in. The flashes from Guardian. It's almost the perfect timing as well. Double blind on the breaching players. And this will allow Seized to get himself a double kill. Crims does get a little bit of collateral. At the same time, Edward and Seized, they mop up the rest, and Fnatic. That was just really well read from NaVi. They were in position and ready to defend.
Everyone's contributing right now for NaVi. Obviously, Seized is a little behind, but there's his round. Edward's been kind of quiet, actually. Edward's been the one that we haven't really talked about, but look at him. He's still being efficient. 16 for him, rather. So when all guns are firing, NaVi's a scary team. And again, Flamey on Inferno looks comfortable. So it's going to be interesting to see how he plays on the next two maps of the night. We'll keep an eye on that because he's obviously got a natural ability here.
I thought it was going to be full aggro time. As they saw 3 players going over, Guardian will be aggressive into the face of Olaf. JW is able to pick up that AK from the hands of Edward. That's one upside. Seized. Pistol has to battle up against Flusher. He's going to finish the job. Sits on top of the pot and fertilizes it with the remains of Flusher. That's going to be a quick round for NaVi. Losing only 1 player. They still hold 3 of the M4s. Actually switching out one of those for the AK.
And there goes that SMG. So Guardian's going to pick up the op, or is he? He's got 4,200. I'm waiting for it. Drum roll. Come on.
The op is bought
there
by
it
Zeus.
is. Okay, so they threw it over to him. But he actually went for the MP7, MP9. I forget which one's which. Sorry, chat. It gives him a little bit more money than going with something like a P90 in that position when he wants to get aggressive, and it gives him $300 a kill. Lets him, or pardon me, $600 a kill. Lets him save up and grab that op. But it's so like you say, Zeus actually grabbed it for him. Interesting
when I watch the positions here of NaVi at the start. Okay, they need a pause here. Looks like NaVi's having some trouble. That might also explain why they're a little bit late getting their player over to A. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, the admin. They're asking for a pause and the T's have fallen back. So we might.
I'm trying to see anything that's wrong. I'm not spotting anything.
They said DDoS in the chat.
Okay, I didn't see that.
NaVi
said
said they're getting DDoSed at the moment.
Of course they are. What were the odds? The brutal people of the internet. My God, I wish Pasha could find you like you said he would. It would be a pleasurous day.
Remember,
I would hope Twitch would allow him to stream it too.
Always use protection. So the average just like, oh wait, okay, yep, cool. So we'll have to replay the round and then have the pause.
They'll have to match medic it because of the way that it ended up working out too. So, so there may have to be a restart for this. So money would be affected. They just had a bye. It's 2 rounds in a row for Fnatic. That's the bigger issue. I think eBot on match medic you can impose the money bonus, which would at this point be $1,000 plus the $1,900 for losing. So $2,900 total. I think eBot can do that. If it can't, Fnatic actually does lose out on money bonus. That's the only thing that would come into effect. However, there's an answer to that. Just win the round. You won't have to worry about it. So
you make it sound so easy, Sadicist. So easy.
Life is easy.
Yeah, I'm trusting you on this one as well. This is my first CS:GO DDoS experience, so
I'm just peeking through to make sure I can. I was going to check and see on that, but no hint yet. So again, let's go back. Slow start. Both pistols go against Fnatic. That's an issue. They haven't won a pistol. I think I'm trying to remember last night. They were 1 for 4 last night. First night, I don't remember. Tonight, 0 for 2. Yeah, that's a big issue. obviously you don't have...
It's kind of funny, too, when you look at Fnatic, because Fnatic were known as the guys who were part of the reason that people were like, can we please nerf the pistols? These guys,
keep in mind,
especially that was on Cobblestone.
So that's the
Olaf.
next point I was going to make is that it's actually the Tech 9 that's been the gun that's done most of the damage for them. That's a T-side pistol, and they've been starting CT. They haven't been able to find the shots. It is Inferno. They are getting spread out. The defense isn't together.
But even on T-side, they still struggle with their pistol rounds.
They do, but I mean, it's consistently CT, which maybe does speak to the Tech 9 usage for them. I would just say, more than anything, it's B-side Inferno, which is surprising because you have a player like Crims, but Crims isn't working well with his pistol right now. As soon as he's down, it seems like they're getting in. I think Flipside went on the pistol, went B. We saw NaVi do it tonight, although it ended up wrapping around and kind of got a bit confusing for a minute, but it ended up B in the end. So they've definitely got to find a way to get a better start because you can't go 0-7. And if you're going to lose your pistol, you definitely need to win that first gun, and they haven't even found that. Again, rotations were a little bit lackluster. They got caught out by Guardian with that 3-pep push onto Banana.
Yeah.
That's good play by Guardian, sure, but you had 2 players. You're playing 3 at B. Usually you play 1 fallback to re-peek after your first player has to reload, not when he goes down. So first player went down, wasn't a counter flash out. They didn't pre-flash it or pre-smoke it, so kind of take away from the strategy in Counter-Strike. I'm glad they didn't bring those back because you could sit a guy at Ivy or Long in 1.6 and you just go, oh, birds trip, they're coming Ivy.
You know, actually, I would like to, I don't know if the guy is tuning in right now, but there was a guy who made a video talking about the history of CSGO, and he went over a couple of the maps, and one of them was, in fact, Inferno, the one we're talking about right now, and they're talking about Boiler closing it down for repair work, so they left the wrench in there, and now it's sitting in the back of the truck on the other side of the map. Like, it's things like that that a lot of people don't follow up, and like you're telling me these stories right now. Can you do one about Train? Because I'd love to know like how the map Train has progressed.
I think there was actually a screenshot on Reddit when the first version of Train, the new Train, came out with a door. I think it was on Train, and there's a door open. It shows 3 boilers, and I think there's something like a wrench or something on the ground. Someone posted on Reddit like the first night it was out, and it was something along those lines. So there's probably a little bit of thought. The devs like to have a little fun in that regard.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they've taken out things that I don't think have a place. The noise triggers, especially for me, were made things too predictable for the CT side.
I was a little worried that that some of the areas they opened up, like I know we were looking at the windows from down the train yard. You can actually throw it up to the corridors. And I was like, well, okay, that nade spot could be really problematic. It could hit a lot of people depending on the timing, but as we were also discussing, it's only if you're going to run down the stairwell as opposed to going over the top of the rail.
And I would say that some of those are by design, that they want to open those up for those possibilities, but they didn't put hitboxes on the cross points on the windows, that whatever you want to call those, you know what I mean, the window frames.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if they think that breaks at all, if that breaks some of the power of the nades, if it's too easy to lob nades up specifically from upper when you go by the initial entrance.
You'd want to reinsert it, so you got to hit this small little dot on the other side of a wall.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a good gap where the window would exist, but just that little subtle change. If someone's throwing it right through the middle and don't have to think about the smoke, if the smokes are too easy, we'll see if they change those kind of things once it gets played. And I mean, that's why maps need time to be played, but I know I'm a little nostalgic for Nuke.
I was also, why can't we have more?
I'm all for more. I really am. I think tournaments should be able to select the maps they want. I think that too many maps in a pool makes the vetoing process extremely hard.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're going to veto from 12 maps and you're only playing 3, that's a
coming from a world where you're basically one map, but you're vetoing 110.
Okay, characters. That's a little different, though. Yeah, that's a little different.
It is a little different, but at the same time, like, maybe things could be learned, because we already found like the way PGL have been running their ban system here is really good because it opens up the pool so you can grab some things you want. Then it's just a simple like the last vote for the map. Like there's ways you can accommodate multiple maps while still making the veto system worthwhile.
Yeah, sure. And well, so there's my point. So let's say we have 12 official maps. I'm just throwing an arbitrary number out. We have 12 official maps from Valve, and then tournaments can pick. They say, okay, we want 8, let's take these 8, or we want 9, let's take these 9, or maybe, hey, we want to stick with the 7, we'll take these 7. It still adds variety and keeps the vetoing limited. I mean, yes, it's a lot more work for teams to do, and
is that what it should come down to as well? You look at the teams and say, you know what, for the teams, we at least give them maps they can focus on. So we have
from a spectator.
Was it you that was saying it? I think it was you that said this when we were talking with Khan last week, where you wanted to have it more like a seasonal kind of thing. So you knew what was coming.
Yeah, you can alternate them.
So you knew what was coming up next season. You knew what was in the next season after that kind of like thing. So you cycle things in and out.
So obviously, from a player perspective,
We're
the
still
more
on side,
maps,
by the way.
yeah, the more maps there are that to play, there's more jobs to be done. There's more weaknesses in your gameplay because you can't possibly have, you know, every single inch of every single map covered and still be proficient on all of them. So from a player perspective, they're going to say no, they don't want more maps, and I can understand that. But from a spectator perspective, I want to see as much variety as possible. And I'm also of the opinion that adding new maps gives lower tier teams more of a chance to learn those maps and get, you know, if I'm a new player, let's say Go's new, we're starting to see the second generation of player. We've got Team Liquid in North America that 4 to 5 players are under 20. We've got a lot of young players in the Danish scene that obviously the Danes have been in CS 1.6, but not everyone has a history in the previous versions of the game. You're coming in against players who've been playing Crims or Neo, Neo specifically, who's been playing forever. I'll finish my point because we're going to jump back into the game.
Yep.
But they've been playing forever. How do you learn a map better than someone who's been playing it for 12 years? It's kind of hard. It takes a lot of time. But
Change the map completely.
Exactly. So if you have new maps, it gives them a chance to potentially learn and get caught up to speed a little better and brings up new talent. So that said, we're going to get back into it. 14-10, better buy going the way of NaVi, and it's all to play for.
Well, NaVi are ready,
Fnatic,
but
excuse
Olaf
me.
just said the Fnatic were not totally ready yet because they have been waiting for a good, what was that, 10 minutes or so. But yeah. Notice to the buy up here from NaVi where Flamey's holding on to that little bit of extra money. So they will be able to afford up potentially the, well, I say potentially the AWP, it should be the AWP a little bit earlier. It won't be held by him, of course, but it does mean if NaVi can get past this round, they're still going to have an option for a bigger weapon. Even if it's not the next round when they go for the pistols, they could then just get the big buy coming up into what would then be round 27.
And again, look at the money after the buy. So JW down to 500.
Yeah.
They have one round going the way of the money bonus, so they lose this without a plant. They're going to get 1,900 at best. They're going to be able to...
You know what Fnatic will do when that happens. Like, it's simply buy Tech 9s, buy armor, get flashes, smokes, whatever you've got, you just go ham. And rush up banana, rush up mid. You do one of these things. If you're going to go up mid, you probably split it up through apartments, and that's it. So you go quick on A, you go quick on B, and NaVi would almost be in a guessing situation. It'll also be a big decision from them if they can get the AKs into their hands, where they could defend with something stronger than the FAMAS. But we're up, we're running. So let's get it underway. Round number 25 after our half-an-hour pause. We are ready to rock and rumble. This time, does JW get that first frag in mid? He's not going to get the opportunity. Guide never hold back, Flamey as well as Seized. They're playing the aggressive position up on Banana with the smoke. But they're already now. Fnatic, Crims opens up, and they're into apartments. Edward's having to fall back to the balcony area just because of how aggressively Fnatic took that position. JW also took a little bit of damage at the start of that round.
They've got to be so careful here because they've at least got to smoke out bottom banana for Flamey to play off of. This funnels JW up, but C's wants to go, and he's going to get smoke. Oh, that flash went back to JW, but look at that. Swarmed from behind. I didn't even think he was going to get the first kill.
Nicely read from Crims. He held back as he realized that someone was still going to be there on the apartment side of mid. Now they realize there's another one. Edward through the smoke, taking out a second one, bringing Flusher down. Still a high amount of armor, but not as much HP. But will not stop Pronax. He'll go for the plant. We're on a 2-on-2 situation. The Molotov keeping them out, at least of the mid attack. But Edward's moving a long way up through apartments. Flamey, Crims will take him down, and now Edward just realizes save the gun. And Fnatic get the critical round required. This will put him up at 11-14, and Pronax is on the hunt. Is he going to check the corner? Edward pre-fires it. He won't get to save the weapon. And that means Fnatic looking good. 11-14, and we'll see NaVi. How much do they want to buy in this round? There's not a lot to play with.
So this actually is looking good.
It's a full eco. Like, Guardian's the only one that bought something.
Again, I said it was going to... It has to be. They've got to get that 15th round. At this point, just get it. Get that deep breath out, because if you don't even get to 15, you don't have another chance. At least there, they've got some... You know, okay, if it goes to overtime, they can still play for it. They got to give themselves a chance to get there, so that's why they're fully saving. They're going to throw that Hail Mary.
That flashbang working perfectly. Pronax is asking his teammate to move to the right. It's Crims, who was the one more aggressively up with a nade, just trying to float it over the top. He knows there's one guy behind Car, and they'll give Crims 3 for the round so far. One more over on the sandbags. So I take it back. He's already down. Ed was the last one left alive over in apartments on A. Fnatic Well, this isn't really the confident Fnatic you're looking at. Pronax will be the man to move up. I think they realized that the last player was the A floater. So Olaf will stick behind. Oh wait, he can't reach the weapon. He's looking for the bigger gun outside the map.
They are trying to get up and get it.
It's too far away.
That nade bounced it away. Yeah, good play, good play. This will bounce it back in. Where'd it go? Gets to the fence. Hit the E button. Come on, I believe in you, Olaf.
He's got it. If he can stay alive. And there he is. They used the AK. It wasn't the one they grabbed. It was JW that got it. That already had an AK. So Fnatic.
They could have waited a little bit longer. That bomb went down just before time expired, so they'll get nothing for it. Just the player who planted it, but they do get that AK. That was rather comical to watch. Snacks had a play like that actually on Mirage once, where he used the op. He threw the op away, didn't want anyone to get it, and then he went, wait, I kind of want that. But he threw it out of the map, so he used a nade to bring it back to him. I can only imagine their comms were rather hysterical at that moment.
It's like, why? Why? Why is the world so unfair to us? All right, so Fnatic, it's another pistol round here from NaVi. They do have a couple of upgraded pistols, including that CZ over on Edward. I want to see how Edward and Zeus do in apartments, because Crims is already moving in. So is Olaf.
Seized is back on A, so there's going to be 4 there if they get this right.
Look at Edward's corner. Just inside from the balcony area. You're all right. Seized over on the Archer's side. He's not quite sure where they're coming. In fact, he's moving back over to CT spawn. Hovering around the highway.
But no, he fell back just to throw the smoke. So he just threw a smoke out to help out Flamey in Banana.
All right. Well, the breach is coming. And maybe Guardian. Well, he's going to get Crims. And Olaf's already dropped, so we're in a 3-on-4 situation. Remember, this is the pistol round. Zeus, as well as Guardian, have got AKs because of these early frags. And Zeus trying to use that corner inside the boxes. The Molotov's also keeping Fnatic out and Guardian going big inside the pit, looking for that next one. The nade's going to come down. I'm surprised that doesn't do more damage when it hits him straight in the face. But JW needs to win this gun battle. He's got a little bit of help coming from Flusher, but the bomb is too exposed for them. It's out in the middle of the opening. JW at least kills off Zeus. And he's the last man left alive with a 1-on-2 situation, and that's not going to be successful. NaVi 1 round away from taking victory here on Inferno. Fnatic do have enough money to go for a buy, so we'll have a full buy from both the sides. But Fnatic all under the pressure, playing for overtime. And
that was excellent round. Great responsibility from Seized. Knew that he was a little bit late. There was still a chance they could go Banana. Flamey was alone, had no smoke. He falls back before he fully commits into A, gets that smoke out. Then he can stay a little bit longer. He can help out the A, and that's exactly where Fnatic showed up. So knowing your duties, knowing your role, Seized, great support play.
Flush is rushing up through Archers. Okay, he's going to back up. He realized Flamey and Seized are up there, and Guardian's already killed off JW. Well, there goes your early advantage for Fnatic. NaVi looking good to take out map 1. If they can just hold their nerve. Olaf and Crims do own apartments at the moment. But again, they struggled to get out of there previously. This time it's Guardian and Edward, the 2 watching over there. C is already moving back to A. The flash has come. Crims and Pronax want to move out through Boiler while Edward... he's got a Molotov, which is going to stop the apartment push. They've almost got to delay this now. The smoke is actually keeping Zeus at bay. He's over in Cubby, up to the left. Just hovering around the other side of the smoke. There's no noise being made by Fnatic, so he doesn't want to go for the bang yet. Well, Flusher, I think this is almost the time they have to pull back. Zeus and Caesar are ready for the rotation. They should be able to hear Crims and Pronax moving. But they're not running for it. Olaf's still over on that A side, and they're going to come in. They got to charge it. Flamey turns his back, takes out one. They got to know the second one is there. He takes the second, cannot get the third, however. And Crims, in fact, okay, well, that lasted long. That's it. That's the round. That's the map.
Well done from Flamey. He threw out that smoke himself that time. They ran at him. Tried to get into the corner, thought he was in a bad position, managed to get that first kill, and the second entry fragger wasn't hot on his heels, so therefore he readjusted, got the kill there as well. And that gave him the round because they were late on the rotation back. Seized was trying to get there, but again, there was a smoke CT. They wouldn't have got through very easily. So 16-12, NaVi again off a slow start from Fnatic, managed to inch themselves across the finish line, and it's 1-0 for the Ukrainians in this series.
That it is, and because we know how much you guys love breaks, we're going to go to another one, and we'll come back here for map number 2 in just a moment.
Fnatic go against it. They're going to stack up on B. There's the first. Guardian make it 2. Easy picks for him. C's going to take down JW before he...
Flip side wasn't as much, but this one works.
Edward timed that flash. He saw it come above him. It didn't blind him, so he took the opportunity. But Olaf's got 3. Back on the rotation. Well played by him.
Need to peek first, and they're both going to peek at the same time. JW win the gun battle. Means he gets a nicer weapon, comes out and puts it to work.
Man. Yes, though he's got support from the Arch right now. So, one more step. Yeah, easy kill. Guardian down. That's a big one. Flusha, there it is. There's your support player in that position. Pops out, second kill. Make it a third. Headshot onto Seized, and Flusha's looking great with his aim tonight.
He will go down to the pistol of Guardian.
Actually,
Crims has to battle it out. There's 2 of them there. The Fire not reached it.
It did not reach, but Crims, great play on the fallback.
Just walking inside the smoke. Boiler looking up the window and then point blank onto Zeus. Zeus can have some work for him downside that pick. Crim's already opened up the account. He takes out 1, looking for the second. He's going to claim him. And Zeus switches to pistol. He's out of bullets inside that Famus, but the damage is done. Flusher to 4 HP. Zeus will finish the job, and NaVi